Rockstar Ozzy, please don't stop me. I drink, swerving in the morning.
What is going on, you guys? How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic as always. Today I have a very exciting video, yet again another mod for my BMW M235i. Let's get straight into the video. I'm going to go ahead and unbox this intake and we're going to install it and see how it sounds, how it looks, how it performs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I actually ordered this intake off of a website called Top Gear Solutions. Now you might be thinking, Omar, why didn't you order it from BMS? Well, the reason for that is because the BMS intake is not really legal to ship to California for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but it's pretty lame. California sucks because of that, so had to order it from a third party. Picked it up off Top Gear Solutions. This is the shipping that it came in. The shipping wasn't super fast. It took about a little under 2 weeks to get here, I'd say, from the time that I ordered it. But nevertheless, it's here. I'm happy. The packaging looks nice. Let's open it. Dandy scissors. Let's open this bad boy up. Cool. So as I bring the camera around, this is what we got. Very simple packaging, very nice. So we have the intake itself. It looks to be of a nice high quality aluminum finish. Yes, I believe this is aluminum. Actually, I don't know if it's plastic or aluminum. We will find out. Looks like the filter is right here. I really like that nice blue filter that it has. And that's it. I believe that's all this intake is. It's a very simple piece. Let's unbox the rest of this and let's go ahead and install it. Pulling everything out of the box, we have all the necessary hardware that this intake comes with. We have the filter, a little bracket I assume with some bolts on it, the actual intake tubing itself, some bolts already here. So I believe this is plastic. It is not aluminum or anything, but that's okay. I'm all for that because it keeps it light. And the finish and quality of this plastic seems to be pretty good, actually much better than the stock intake that is very soft and I don't know, it's not like there's any problem with it really, but I prefer this, honestly. Don't mind my stock springs, they're just sitting there. Alright, so this intake install should be pretty straightforward. Looks like we have a clip right here that we're going to need to undo. We have a grommet right here that the intake fastens itself into. We'll need to undo that. We have this sort of crankcase looking hose thing connection. We'll have to take that off. MAF sensor, and then we just have the stock air box. So cool thing about the BMS intake is that it actually uses the bottom half of the stock air box, so we don't even need to pull the whole thing out. We just need to remove these clips, I believe. There should be 4 of them, and then we can pull that all out. Let's get into it. With this flathead screwdriver, just pulled apart these little clips on the air box, popped off this grommet, and then loosened that clamp. Next up, we're going to have to remove this out of the intake, as well as the MAF sensor, and that should allow us to get everything else off. The stock intake is out, and just looking around, still have to get this freaking MAF sensor off. This thing is being a little pain in the ass to come out, but I will get it off, not to worry. Oops. Stock air box looks a little dirty, so I'm actually just going to vacuum the stuff out of that out before I put the new filter in, and we will continue with the install. for those of you that are wondering what the status is on this intake, there's a little support bracket that Burger Motorsports sends with this intake, and it mounts onto the stock airbox, and it comes with, I believe it's like a 7mm bolt, and that keeps this intake from being stable when you're driving. Problem is, I dropped the bolt into the engine bay somewhere. I've been trying to fish for it with this little magnetic tool, but just my luck, I can't find it, so I might have to run down to the store and get a new one. Alright guys, so was able to get another bolt, actually finished up with the install of the Burger Motorsports intake. It looks fantastic, it sounds fantastic. We're gonna go out and drive it, but real quick, I want to give you guys a few little tips. So this is the mass airflow sensor right here. A lot of people in all the install videos, they remove the sensor entirely and then they install it before putting the intake back in. You don't need to do that because this sensor is a pain in the ass to take out, at least it was for me, and I just didn't even want to bother with it. I pulled the entire thing out and left it here, and then I reinserted it once the intake was fitted back in. So getting this PCV, or this, not PCV, excuse me, this boost line, or this vacuum line back into the intake as well was really difficult for some reason. What worked really well for me was actually spraying a little bit of WD-40, just a little bit, to sort of lubricate it, and then it slided right on, no problem. Overall, really happy. I love the blue filter. It looks gorgeous, really matches with the paint and the color scheme of the car, so couldn't be any happier.
Yeah.